involve and include all of the gifts, skills, abilities, and experiences that this particular man, Moses, has, and he has allowed him to have several experiences, and one in particular, he's been able to observe an extraordinary phenomenon take place at the foot of a mountain, and it convinced him that the God that he serves, the God of Abraham and of Isaac and of Jacob, is a God of the miraculous. That God can work miracles. That God can suspend, if you will, the rules of nature for the benefit and betterment of believers, of his people. I got a feeling, I ain't the only one, but there's some people in here that knows that God can work miracles. He's a miracle worker. And the reality is that even though God does work miracles, and he does, there are times, and this is what you need to understand, there are times still where our faith gets stressed, and sometimes of necessity our faith gets stretched, where we have to be able to believe God all over again. And I think that was some of what this broader message really speaks into us, and we can best see it filtered through the experience of this man in this text, Moses. And one of the things that I take away from this broader story is this: that God knew what he needed, and God gave it to him, and it wasn't. I listened to the offering appeals, and I listened to the testimony, and those spoke principally to how God blesses us materially. But in this case, what Moses needed wasn't really material. It wasn't a financial blessing. Didn't need a storehouse filled with goods to the point of overflow. And there are times that's our need. We know that. We can all concede that. But what God knew he needed was an experience that could fortify, stabilize, and strengthen his faith. It's interesting because a couple of things took place. One on the inside and one on the outside. Let me tell you something. As a child of God, there are going to be some days that some stuff is going to happen around you. And then there's going to be some other days where some stuff is going to happen on the inside of you. On the inside was temporary amnesia. where the last miracle of God in his mind, in his heart, in his faith wasn't a sufficient lasting miracle of God. Can I ask you a question? Is what God has already done sufficient to keep you driving forward? To keep you fueled? To keep you filled? To keep you fortified? Is what he did then to sustain you when you got something new in front of you, a new challenge, a new trial, a new set of circumstances. But the one thing that blessed me so much when I read, he seemed, and y'all can work through this on your own, but it just seemed to me that one thing that was so powerful is that he kept his heart, his mind, and his ear